Since 1976, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have seen the highest of highs and lowest of lows that the NFL has to offer.
Well, I've seen bad football teams. It's the worst I've ever seen.
As with every team, the Bucs have a lot of things that if they just went a certain way, history would have been changed, and some of those changes could have had long-lasting ripple effects. Today in this video, we'll cover some of the biggest what-if scenarios in Tampa Bay Buccaneers history. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for more great Tampa Bay Buccaneers content. What if Bo Jackson never refused to play for the Bucs? This is one that many old-school Bucs fans will remember with a lot of anger and disappointment. In the 1986 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers held the #1 overall pick, and there was no doubt who the best player in that class was. Running back Bo Jackson was a star at Auburn, recording 1,786 rushing yards, along with 17 rushing touchdowns in his final season.
From behind, got away at the 25. He's in a foot race at the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Touchdown, Auburn!
Meanwhile, the Bucs were coming off of a miserable 2-14 season and would have killed to get a game-breaking talent like Bo Jackson in their backfield. However, Jackson refused to sign with Tampa Bay if they drafted him, and he made that clear to the team. A struggling franchise starved for a star at the time, Tampa Bay called Jackson's bluff and drafted him anyway. He stayed true to his word and never signed with the Buccaneers and went on to pursue a career in baseball. He would be a 7th-round pick the following year by the LA Raiders. In his 4 seasons in the NFL, Jackson never achieved 1,000 rushing yards in a season as injuries derailed his career. So what would have happened had Jackson decided to play for Tampa Bay? There's no way to predict an injury to any player, but it would have given the Bucs a marketable player and saved the franchise from a lot more embarrassment than what was already on the field at that time. What if Jon Gruden returned to the Bucs in 2018?
Daggers in. We're going to win the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, baby! Boom, boom, boom!
A lot of people talk about what would have happened if Jon Gruden had never been fired after the 2008 season. But today, we're taking a different approach. What if instead of returning to the Raiders in 2018, Gruden returned to the team he won a Super Bowl with? Taking a look at what Gruden did shortly after taking the Raiders job, I don't think many Bucs fans would be too happy. Gruden immediately traded players like Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper while signing aging veterans like Jason Witten in free agency.
Do you like what the Raiders are doing?
Well, you can like it from on paper.
Would the nostalgia of having Gruden as the coach again be worth potentially saying goodbye to a player like Mike Evans? If he traded away Cooper, it's not hard to imagine Evans could have had the same fate in Tampa Bay. Instead, the Bucs decided to keep Dirk Cutter for another season before firing him after the 2018 year and hired Bruce Arians to replace him, and well, the rest of that story is history. Gruden had a very controversial exit from Vegas as well. Safe to say the Bucs dodged a huge bullet when they passed on bringing Gruden back in January of 2018. What if the Bucs kept Jameis Winston after 2019? This one will surely bring a lot of different opinions to the forefront. Former first overall pick Jameis Winston was a very polarizing player during his time in Tampa Bay, and for good reason. There would be 10 plays that Jameis would make that would have fans wowing.
Jameis pressured again, spins out of it. Jameis in his own end zone. Waiting for somebody to get open, looks deep down the field.
And then 3 or 4 plays that gave fans headaches.
First pass of the game. He throws it out, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Bradley Roby. 6-0 Houston.
He was the ultimate boom or bust player, and that is what made the decision on whether to keep him or not in the 2020 offseason even more difficult. We all know the story. The Bucs decided to move on and sign Tom Brady, and that resulted in a Super Bowl win. But what if the team decided to retain Jameis Winston? Let me get this out of the way. For all of Jameis Winston's faults and turnovers, there was still tremendous upside in Bruce Arians' offense.
Winston's first down pass up the seam, wide open is his man, it's caught.
Winston threw 30 interceptions in 2019, and that simply was not likely to happen again. Does Winston cut down the turnovers while still being productive enough to lead the Bucs to a championship? Probably not in 2020, but the team may not have been in such a terrible spot at the quarterback position.
I want everybody to look at me. Let's go. That's a W. Let's eat one. Let's eat one. That's a W.
There are many more what-ifs in Tampa Bay Buccaneers history, but these ones are pretty big, both for the past and the present. For more stories and lists just like this one, be sure to check out Evan Wanish over on BucsNation.com. Let us know what you think in the comments section down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe for more great Tampa Bay Buccaneers content.